Hey everybody, Sporadic Stacker here. Just an update on my M1 finance portfolio. It's been almost 1 calendar month since I started this portfolio. Started it back here on May 9th, and I continue to make small deposits all the way up to today. Unfortunately, this is the first time I've tried investing in the stock market, and according to all the YouTubers out there and the news and the media, it was actually the worst May in 50 years to start investing. So lucky me, I picked the perfect time. Um, Surprised to see that my portfolio is now actually in the positive. It was red for the entire month of May. Pretty much ever since I started, it was just red, and I just kept putting money in, kept putting money in, kept putting money in, and today finally I have positive gains. Um, as you can see here, for like the month, should be the same because I've only been doing this for 1 calendar month. Go to the week, and I have a $28 gain, surprisingly, also for the day. It's $5. I think the only reason I'm in the green is because of dividends that I got paid out this month. As you can see, my earned dividends is just a little bit over my market gains. That's how I got this 42 cents here. So technically, if it wasn't for those dividends, I would still be in the red. It's been a good May, I guess. At least I'm not underwater here. Like I said, I'm a beginner investor. Most of my stocks, I picked them based on pretty much the dividends and from what I've researched. Haven't really researched. I mean, I wouldn't call it researching unless you call watching people on YouTube talk about stocks research. But most of these companies, I have like these REITs here. When I look at other people's portfolios, they usually consist of some of these, if not most of these. Like O Realty is really popular, LTC, ticker LTC. So for this portfolio, I'm mostly going for dividends. All these REITs here with the 10%, these all pay monthly. That's why they have, and this over here 9% land, that's why they have higher percentages within this pie. The rest down here at threes, they pay quarterly. But as you can see, I'm actually positive over here, and it's mostly because of the dividends. Same deal with that one. So we'll just go through my portfolio really quick. I just threw in the bonds not too long ago. It was actually, I believe, sometime last week I threw in the bonds. I was watching, I don't know his first name on YouTube, but he goes by Wangs. Maybe I think David Wangs. But and also Joseph. I'm not too sure what his last name is, but he's pretty popular on YouTube with M1 Finance, and he threw some bonds in his portfolio also. Tuned it down. I had it at 20%, but I tuned it down because I wanted to up some of these down here. But I did throw in some bonds. A lot of my stocks, I believe they do overlap, but it is what it is. I don't know what I'm doing. Even though it was the worst time to start investing, the worst time is better than no time, I guess. Can't really time the market from what I've been hearing. I do have LQD, iBox shares, investment corporate grade bonds, BND total bond market, and BNDX for international, and some short term corporate bond ETFs. They all seem to be doing good here. Everything's in the green. Let's go to the next one, Dead Dinosaurs. This is mostly energy utility stuff, I guess. Didn't really know what to call it, but you know, we get our oil from dead dinosaurs, right? So I have two monthly dividend pairs here, the PBA and ERF. ERF's not doing too hot right now. They're actually down 17%. Good that I don't really have that much money in it, because if I did, 17% is a pretty big hit. 18%. So these two pay monthly, have waste management. I never knew who these people were, but now that I'm, I guess, aware of it, I see them all the time driving around my apartment complex. They're actually the people that do the waste management here in Portland. Chevron, typical MMP. Nothing, don't know too much about them. So the names I do know is CVX, Shell, GE, ExxonMobil. The ones I really don't know is BIP, EPD, and MMP, but they pay really good dividends. If we go over to my research, you can see pay to play. So for dead dinosaurs, we do have a dividend yield for this pie at 4.26, which isn't too bad. For the whole portfolio, the dividend yield is 4.321, expense ratio 0.03. That's because of these bonds here, the S&P 500 pie and the Vanguard pie. We'll go through those also. Try to make this a little quick. We have the communications pie. So I have SJR. There's some kind of cable company out in Canada. CenturyLink. I actually do use CenturyLink internet at my location. They are pretty cheap, but they do get a lot of complaints, but really never had a problem with them. The only issue I have with them is when the power goes out in my apartment complex. Even though it's still DSL line and they're using phone lines, I still lose connection, I guess, wherever their junction box is. It actually takes power to turn it on. AT&T, been with AT&T since iPhone came out back in, I think that was like 2008. So I've been a customer of AT&T for quite a while, at least 10 years. Broadcom, yeah, China Telecom. I just figured I'd try some China stuff here. They're actually not doing too bad. As you can see, Mobile Limited is down. Telecom is up, kind of offsets itself. We got Comcast and Verizon. So let's move on to the next one. Next one would be the crooks. These are your bankers, financial institutions. So inside this one, I also have some. Let me just go back to the other one, just to show you guys that SJR is a monthly dividend payer, so that's why it has the highest percentage here. Okay, back to the crooks. We have Main Street Capital and AG&C, PSEC. These three stocks here do pay a monthly dividend, hence why they have the highest percentages within this pie. I just added Gain. This one is also a monthly dividend pair. Figured I'd give them a try. That's why they're at 70%. I just added that today, so eventually it'll catch up to whatever these ones have here, around $25. Got Wells Fargo's, Fifth Third Bank, JP Morgan, Ally Financial, Bank of America, American Express. Don't know too much about Ally or Fifth Third Bank, or PSEC agency in Maine for that matter, but I do see a lot of advertising for Ally on social media and stuff like that. I guess there's some kind of online bank, but they seem to be doing okay. Bank of America, yeah, we know them. American Express, we should all know them. And JP Morgan Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, da. This one actually down $1.36 since May 9th. Not too bad. I could spend $1 on worse things like gas or Rockstar, you know. Then we'll move down to Alien Reverse Engineering. If you can guess, this would be technology. Got Seagate. So Seagate, Qualcomm, and Cisco. Qualcomm's doing really terrible here, but these here with the highest percentages have the highest dividend yields, hence why they have the highest percentages. If you can tell, that's mostly how my whole portfolio is set up. Whatever has the best dividends has the highest percentage going to it. Intel stocks right now, I guess they're doing okay. They're back up to like $45. I remember back in 2016, maybe mid 2016, beginning of 2017, their stocks were actually like $34 or $36. We'll have to look in the historical charts for that, but they just came down quite a bit since right before May. They were at $58, and then May came around and they shot down to like 44, 43, 42, but now they're back up to 45, so it's not too bad. I was gonna keep buying into that. Infosys Limited, not too sure. I don't know anything much about this company, but they're supposed to be a really good company to invest in. Nvidia, been doing terrible for a while, and I just started buying into Apple. Got a really small percentage there, only $4. My portfolio really doesn't have that much money in it. in a calendar month, I was able to put in almost $1,900. Actually, I did put in $1,900. I have a pending deposit right now for 20, which should push me above 2 grand. And then we'll go to Kaboom. That would be my defensive stocks. Don't have much in here, just mainly the big names. Lockheed & Martin, L3 Technologies, Raytheon Corp. Olin, the only reason I have Olin in here is because they manufacture ammunition, and that's the only reason I have them here, is for that fact that they make ammunition. Don't know too much about these guys, and I know Ruger. We should all know Ruger. I mean, that's if you're into firearms. Then we'll go down to the S&P 500, show you what I got in here. I have the high dividends, SPHD, high dividends, low volatility, the typical spider, S&P 500 SPY, and Noble Shares. This is the dividend aristocrats. Figure I give that a try. I mean, it's supposed to be pretty solid. The 50 companies, or 50, little over 50 companies that have been increasing their dividends for the past 25 years plus. And let's see, next, Vanguard. This one I pretty much mimicked one of the expert pies that M1 has, and I tried to mimic the percentages. I did take out the bonds from here, but VIA, VIG, VTI, VYM, VU, VD, VO, all these you see. You guys can read. I shouldn't have to read that off for you. But it seems to be doing okay. At least it's not negative. 0.44 cents starting from May till today. Then thank you, come again. This will be my retail sector. Got these cigarette makers here, Philip Morris and Mo. Don't smoke, but I know a lot of people do. Whirlpool, CVS. I'm not too sure if CVS belongs in here. This CVS and Johnson & Johnson is more of a health stock. I do believe they offer health insurance, but they're in here because you can buy drugs. Leggett & Platt, they're supposed to be really good. They've been going up lately, past couple days. Costco, Ross, and Walmart to have these just in case. Supposedly they're supposed to perform well during recession because everybody needs bulk cheap stuff. And I like Disney. Well, actually, Disney's okay. I mean, for the price of a Disney ticket to get into one of their theme parks, you can actually buy one stock of Disney. As you can see, their stock price is $137. I think a ticket for a day at the theme park is about $100 also. So it is what it is. So going back, we're almost at the bottom. Thank you for sticking around. Grinds, booze, dopes. This would be food, drugs, and we got some beer here. So Starbucks is doing pretty well. 12%. Too bad I don't have too much holdings in it. Like I said, my portfolio is pretty spread out, pretty thin. I do have maybe way too many holdings, but they said stick with what you know, and I would say I know at least 95% of these companies that are in my portfolio. If anything, I at least know them by name. So yep, Coca-Cola, Pepsi is supposed to be really solid. Pfizer, McDonald's, yeah, pretty much should be all good stocks there. And finally, Fosse from Air. That's a Hawaii thing. If you don't know, we had a mayor called Frank Fosse, and he created the bus system in Hawaii, which is actually supposedly the #1 bus system in the United States. So inside here I have Ford, Toyota Motor Company, GM, Boeing, some railway, airlines. I'm not expecting this pie to do so well with the upcoming maybe Mexican tariffs and China tariffs. Well, I don't expect anything to do so well with any kind of tariffs going on, but I do support them because America is getting robbed from these other countries. We're giving them way more money than they're giving us, so that's that. And they're not doing too great, as you can see. A lot of red here. Toyota's doing pretty good for some reason. Not too sure why that's happening, but not too bad here. See if we got any dividends from there. I got 20 cents dividends from here, so not so bad. So yeah, that is my portfolio, pay to play. Gonna be $1,900, or yep, it's gonna be about $1,900 tomorrow. So hope everybody found this informative. This is an informative video. I do not know anything about stocks, and do not copy me. Do your own research or watch your own videos and make your own decisions. So hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe, put a comment, let me know that you guys do want to see more content. I do want to post more videos, and we'll see how it goes. Happy investing, good luck everyone. This is Sporadic Stacker out.